Oh no.
What is it, honey?
Mommy, the fruit jungle is in danger.
Let me see. Oh no, it looks like the League of Health-Sapping Supervillains has stolen the golden banana bread and the fruit jungle is no longer protected.
We have to save the jungle.
All right, guys, our quest for today is to remake the golden banana bread so that we can put it back on its altar and restore the protective field.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. Welcome to Nerd Mom's Kitchen Adventures, where we make healthy eating fun and delicious. I'm your host, Kelly Ryan, and as usual, I have my sous chefs, Aaron and Michael, here with me today.
Hi.
And we're going to be making the golden banana bread so that we can put it back on its altar, save the fruit forest, and restore the protective field. This recipe is actually quite easy. It just takes a little bit of time. It takes about an hour to cook, but we've got everything here laid out, so we will get started. I've already got my oven preheated to 350, and we're gonna start by making our buttermilk because that needs to sit for a little bit.
What's buttermilk? Oh, buttermilk is when oat milk and apple cider vinegar mix together and curdle.
That's right. So this is actually kind of a bit of a potion, which is pretty cool. So now, if you don't have oat milk or you don't like oat milk, that's okay. You can use almond milk or soy milk. It just really depends on what you like, or if nuts are an issue, but you can definitely mix that up. So we are going to start with a half a cup of oat milk and a half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Oh, thank you. All right, honey, do you want to add the apple cider vinegar in?
Sure thing.
There you go. We'll scrape it in. Now, give it a stir. And then we're just going to let that sit for about 5 minutes while we prepare everything else, and it will curdle. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 bread pans, just like this, and we're going to line them with parchment paper. Now you guys can help me with this. I've got a bit of a pro tip. In order to fit the parchment paper in a little bit better, we're going to crumple it up first. So each of you take one and crumple it right up.
Okay.
All right, good. All right, let's open it back up. So what you want to do when you put them in your pan, you want to try and fit them down into the corners. There's yours, and there's yours. So yeah, there you go. And it doesn't need to be perfect. And then this way, they will make a bit of extra room and will shape in a little bit better. All right, we're gonna just put these aside for now. So now we're going to start mixing everything together. Now before we start doing that, I'm going to get my little guy on mashing bananas because that's a really good job for him to do. So we'll get these cracked open. And he loves bananas. Now one big thing is you want to make sure your bananas are nice and ripe because they'll A, be a little bit sweeter, and B, they'll mash a lot easier. So when you're baking like this, you really do want your bananas nice and ripe. Now, you know you're going to be making banana bread, and then in a little while you can save them. But if you have some that are starting to go and you don't know when you're going to be making a recipe like this, you can stick them in the freezer. They get black, but don't mind that. That's perfectly fine. It's just you want to make sure they thaw before you use them. So we're going to start with 1 cup of coconut sugar. If you want to put that in. There you go. Dump that right in. And, oh, do you need something to scrape it out with? That's pretty good. And we're also going to add in a 1/2 cup of coconut oil. So that's this one here. Oh, I may need this. There you go. All right, do you want to continue with that? You just want everything mixed together. Here you go. Let me see your bananas.
Really mushed up.
Oh yeah, they're pretty mushed up. Good job, buddy. All right.
Mushing them up.
You are a banana mushing pro.
I could do it all day.
Yeah. All right. Next, we are going to mix a couple of eggs together. You could throw them directly in and mix it all together, but I like mixing the eggs first so that you're getting the whites and the yolks blended together well. Otherwise, I find they kind of react a little bit differently if you don't. So, crack 2 eggs, garbage,
Put them in the garbage. I have to go off the screen.
and garbage. There you go. Erin, do you want to mix up the eggs?
Sure thing.
Okay, so just give those a mix. And all right, now I'm going to get Michael to add in our 2 eggs, which are mixed up well.
And could I swirl this around too?
Yeah. Now you start stirring and I'm gonna get the last of it in. I love having a rubber spatula on hand, so whether it's this one or another rubber spatula, it really is great because then you can scrape out the last of anything that you have. There we go. All right, let's see how we're doing. Let's give that another little stir. Oh, it's looking good.
Can I stir it a bit more?
Well, why don't you put in the bananas, and I'll get Erin can stir in the bananas. There we go, go team.
Drop that.
That's all right. You can start stirring, Erin. Here we go.
It looks so good already.
And Erin, you keep stirring. Michael, you can add in the buttermilk. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but it is a little bit separated. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for it to be a bit separated or a little bit curdled. There you go. Put that in there. Okay, Erin, keep stirring. And Mr. Michael, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
I do not want to smell it.
Go. Get that added in.
Is it vanilla extract?
Yeah. So next we're going to add in our dry ingredients. We're going to start with 2.5 cups of gluten-free flour. I really like using either the Bob's Red Mill's all-purpose flour or the Cuisine Soleil. They're my 2 favorites. I find they work really well. So, all right. So if you want to add that in, it's good. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. And then finally, we're going to add some 1 teaspoon of baking soda. There we go. Oh, how about we just scrape that out? There you go.
Thank you.
No problem. I really love this recipe because like with the bananas, you get magnesium, which helps you sleep, as well as potassium. Did you want something? Is there something you want to say?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
And we can bring it to school.
Yes, you can bring it to school. And then the eggs, they are a whole amino acid, or they've got all the amino acids. They're a whole food, so they're really good for you, and one of the few sources of vitamin D other than the sun. So this really is a great recipe, even though there is a good bit of coconut sugar in it, which makes it a little bit more junky. So the coconut oil, it's a healthy fat, which is good for your brain and good for your joints. So this really is a great recipe. And it's kind of nice if you want to have, like a little something that feels a little bit junkier, but is good. Alrighty, here, let me give that a last little stir. Now, I'm putting blueberries into this. I really like adding some kind of berry to it. You can add blueberries, you could use partridge berries, cranberries, whatever your favorite berry is, you can add it in. Sometimes I'll do a mix of blueberries and partridge berries because partridge berries give that real tart taste. But we're just doing blueberries today. But blueberries are a superfood full of antioxidants and very protective. Which is really good, especially during times of stress or, with the flu season coming up, colds going around and stuff. They're very protective. Alrighty, that looks pretty well mixed up. Good job, guys. Now, if you want to put in the blueberries, or actually, Michael, you put in the blueberries, and Aaron, you're gonna fold them in. Do you remember what folding is?
Yes.
What's folding?
Folding is where you literally fold the dough over it. It's kind of like mixing it up, just it's not as tough and it won't hurt the blueberries as much.
That's right. So it'll help keep the blueberries intact. So it's a gentle fold. Now, we're not worried about the recipe falling or anything like that. It's just basically to try and keep the blueberries from getting beaten up too much. Okay, so we're basically going to just split this between the two. You want to make sure that it's fairly even so that they cook around the same amount of time. So I'm going to this bowl's heavy, so I'm going to do this. Okay, hold it open. Thanks. Alrighty, now we're going to put this in the oven and we're going to let them cook for about an hour. And we will see you when we get back.
Wait!
What is it, honey?
It looks like the fruit forest muffins are in danger.
Oh, let me see. Oh no, it looks like they've all been destroyed and that protects the trees of the fruit forest. So I guess we have to make more. We've got a couple of minutes, so we're going to make some super easy, chocolatey, yummy, delicious, healthy muffins. So this recipe honestly couldn't be any easier. The whole thing is made in a blender, and it's super healthy, delicious, fun, and gluten and dairy free, which is generally awesome. I've got all my ingredients here already out for me. Oh, wait now. Oh, I don't have the bananas or the spinach. Can you guys go to the fruit forest and get me some bananas and some spinach, please?
Sure, it'll be hard, but we can do it.
All right.
It was a very long journey.
That was a very long journey. Thank you, guys. I'm sure it was perilous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to start by putting almost everything except for the blueberries and the pumpkin seeds in the blender. So we'll start with the bananas. Do you want to do the bananas? There you go.
I wish I could mash them.
Oh, they don't need to be mashed. Just crack them up and stick them in there. And I'll do the, all right, okay, get it in. I'll do the eggs. So we've got here 2 bananas, 3 eggs, and literally you are just tossing them all in, which is super easy. Now I love using raw, like real ingredients, because it's what our bodies basically know how to use. And eggs, for any who are the same age as me, when I was growing up, eggs were bad for you, but they've since learned that they're really good for you, so I love using eggs. All right, honey, would you like to put in 3 tablespoons of maple syrup?
Sure thing.
All right, there you go. So if there's any left in the bowl, you can just use the spatula there to scoop it out. Next, if you want, you can do the 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I've got here 3 cups of spinach-ish. My way of measuring 3 cups of spinach is like this. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Now, Bud, would you like to put in the 1 cup of applesauce?
Okay.
There you go. And same thing if we need to, oh, it's a big bowl of applesauce, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And heavy.
And heavy, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. All right. Now, we need 2 cups of gluten-free flour. Get that in there. Would you like to put in the 1/2 cup of rolled oats?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to just punch that down a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's good.
Well, there's still some in there.
That's okay. Dude, do you want to put in 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts?
Okay.
There you go. And honey, I will get you to put in a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. And I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, because that sort of tends to poof up a bit, so I'll do that one. Buddy, we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and
It kind of looks snowy.
it does look snowy, doesn't it? Yeah. And we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now, I like using a mixture of sea salt and pink Himalayan salt.
Why do you use different salts? Because, Michael, all the salts have different purposes. The sea salt has
Iodine.
iodine, and the pink salt has magnesium.
That's right. So it gives you a little extra boost of nutrition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's right. All right. Thanks, buddy. So all we do now is we are just going to blend it up. We'll get our blender over. Now, I have a high-powered blender here. This is a Blendtec. You can also use like a Vitamix or something. I like it just because it pretty much blends anything I want it to blend. It even makes soup hot.
Could I? It does?
Yeah. Yeah. So start on low.
Okay. Could I do...
All right, now what I'm going to do is, just because this is struggling a little bit, I'm going to scrape down the sides. Remember, always use a tool, because sometimes the blade in there hasn't finished spinning, so it's very important to use a tool. Okay, do you want to do medium? Okay, that should be good. You just want it until it's smooth, really. Now, you'll notice I did not add the blueberries before. Do you want to add the blueberries? And the reason is because it's really nice to have that pop of sweetness and juicy blueberry. So I fold them in after. Got them? Okay.
What? One's just sticking out.
He doesn't want to go, does he?
No.
There we go.
He's like, I don't want to get killed.
Now, Missy, do you want to fold these? Just enough to mix stuff in. There you go.
Why do you fold it?
The reason why I fold it is so you don't beat up the blueberries too much. You want them to stay fairly whole so that when you bite into your chocolate brownie, you get that nice pop of juicy flavor.
Yeah, and when you get the pop, then it tastes way better.
Mm-hmm. I think that's good. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Now, I'm going to show you a pro tip. We are going to get down. So I've already preheated the oven to 350, so that's nice and ready to go. And I've got my muffin pan lined with muffin cups. And here's the pro tip. I use an ice cream scoop. Yes, I do. I use an ice cream scoop to scoop up my batter. And it's so that basically you can have about the same amount in every single one. Plus, the ice cream scoop itself, where it has the ability to release what's in it, it makes it really easy to scoop everything out.
Oh.
So,
I'm kind of just gonna.
oh, excuse me, guys. No, that's good. Thank you. All right. So then we just scoop those in there. Yeah, so I have these filled pretty close to the top. And so even in the ice cream scoop, I mean, I don't know, everybody's ice cream scoop is different sizes, but I have it mostly full. But it's basically so you can make them fairly even. And the reason why you want to make them fairly even is so that they all cook the same. Or else you'll end up one is really dry and then another one isn't cooked enough. So you want them about the same size. There we go. That's pretty much it. I'm going to put these in the oven now and they're going to bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to check them at about 18 minutes though. Alrighty, our muffins should be ready, so I'm going to get them out of the oven and we'll let them cool just for a quick sec and then we'll plate them. Hot coming through. There we go. You want to put one on? Here you go, they're hot.
Could I too?
Yeah.
Ooh, hot, hot, hot.
Here we go, just lay it right there. There we go. Want to put one on? There we go.
Now you need to make a smiley face.
Put a couple more on.
5 on?
There we go. Alrighty, so that's it. That is our, hold on, what do we call them again?
Fruit forest muffins.
That's our fruit forest muffins. We now need to take them and deliver those and the golden banana bread to our altar in the forest. So that, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna save the fruit forest!
So, our golden banana bread is cooked and ready to cut up. Now, I've let this cool because if you don't, it doesn't cut up well. It crumbles and falls apart. So you really want to let it cool so that it's all nice and set up. Now, does anybody know why I put it in parchment paper? Yes, Erin?
Because then you can just pop it out like this.
That's right. So it's super easy to take out without needing anything like
a knife.
A knife, yes, because you don't want to scrape up your pan. That's a good call. Or fork or oil or anything like that. And we'll slice it up. So as you can see, now it's slicing up really nicely. All right. So we're gonna just put this here on our plate. Alrighty, maybe we can make it look all nice and pretty. So we'll just set it up like this. And maybe we can serve some blueberries as decoration on top. Do you want to put some blueberries on?
Sure.
Maybe you can put some on and Michael can put some on.
And you can put
Just maybe put it right in the middle, like a little string down the middle. Careful you don't squish them.
And you can put them on. Oops.
There we go. Nice. Now maybe Michael can put on the rest. And go wipe your hands. There you go, maybe, yeah. Maybe a couple more there and maybe just a couple there and a couple there. Let's taste a little bit to see if the magic works. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
There you go. And there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mmm. Delicious. Definitely magical, hey? Oh, so good. And voila, here is our golden banana bread, which we're going to take now and bring it to the fruit jungle to help restore its protection by placing it on the altar there. Now, if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, then make sure you come back and join us for some of the other recipes that we've made. What have we made, Erin?
We've made Piggly Parfaits, Harry the Hummus Monster.
That's right. And Michael, do you remember any?
The Monster Destroyer.
That's right, yes. The Monster Destroyers. Just a hint, they destroy Harry the Hummus Monster. All right. If you want any of these recipes, you can find them on my website at www.nerdmomnutrition.com. We'll see you the next time. Bye.